Long before the Spanish ever arrived in the Americas, a remarkable civilization had already risen, flourished, and left behind one of the most fascinating legacies in human history. This was the world of the Maya, an ancient people who lived deep within the tropical forests and highlands of Mesoamerica. Their civilization stretched across modern-day Mexico, Guatemala, Belize, and parts of Honduras and El Salvador. For nearly 3,000 years, the Maya developed a culture so advanced that even today, archaeologists and scientists continue to uncover its incredible secrets. Unlike many ancient empires, the Maya were not ruled by a single king or a unified government. Instead, they lived in a network of independent city-states, each with its own ruler, nobles, farmers, warriors, and priests. Cities like Tikal, Calakmul, Palenque, Copan, and Chichen Itza rose as powerful centers of culture and politics. These cities were connected through trade, alliances, and sometimes fierce rivalries. Despite their differences, they shared a common cultural foundation, similar languages, religious beliefs, writing systems, and architectural styles. The Maya were master builders. They constructed enormous pyramids that towered above the jungle canopy, beautifully designed palaces, and wide plazas where people gathered for ceremonies. Their stepped pyramids, such as El Castillo at Chichen Itza and the towering temples of Tikal, were built with precise astronomical alignments. On certain days of the year, the sun creates shadows on the pyramids that appear like serpents slithering down the steps, a sign of the Maya's deep understanding of the cosmos. Religion shaped every part of Maya life. They believed the universe was made up of 3 layers: the heavens above, the human world in the middle, and a vast underworld called Xibalba beneath. Their sacred book, the Popol Vuh, describes how the gods attempted to create humans several times, first from mud, then from wood, and finally from corn. To the Maya, corn was not just food, it was the very substance of human life. Their gods were many, each with unique powers: Itzamna, the creator god; Chak, the rainbringer; Ninechal, the goddess of fertility; and the hero twins, who journeyed into the underworld to challenge the lords of death in a story symbolizing the victory of life over darkness. Maya priests were among the most knowledgeable people of their time. They observed the movement of the sun, moon, planets, and stars for hundreds of years, creating some of the most accurate calendars in human history. Their solar calendar, known as the Hab, tracked the agricultural year, while the Tzolk'in served religious and ceremonial purposes. The long count calendar, which measures enormous spans of time, is what led to the modern-day misunderstanding that the world would end in 2012. But in reality, the Maya believed it marked the end of one cycle and the beginning of another, a cosmic reset, not an apocalypse. One of the most extraordinary achievements of the Maya was their writing system. They created the only fully developed writing system in ancient America. This writing, called hieroglyphics, was carved into stone monuments, painted in codices, and written on pottery. For centuries, modern scholars struggled to understand these symbols, and many believed they would never be translated. But in the 20th century, linguists and archaeologists finally cracked the code. These writings revealed detailed records of royal families, wars, astronomy, trade, and even personal stories of kings and queens. Through their writing, the Maya speak to us across more than 1,000 years. Yet even with their brilliance, the Maya faced serious challenges. Fierce competition between rival cities led to frequent wars. Maintaining large populations required enormous amounts of food, and evidence shows that deforestation, soil exhaustion, and long droughts may have strained their resources. Around the 9th century, many of the great cities in the southern lowlands were abandoned. Pyramids, once shining centers of religious life, were slowly swallowed by the jungle. This event is known as the Maya collapse, but it was not the end of the Maya people, only the decline of certain regions. The true collapse was not a sudden disaster. It was a slow process influenced by multiple factors: political conflict, environmental pressure, shifting trade routes, and changes in climate revealed through modern scientific studies of lake sediments and tree rings. While some cities declined, others in the northern region, like Chichen Itza and Mayapan, continued to thrive for centuries afterward. When the Spanish arrived in the 1500s, the Maya were still living in thriving communities. However, the arrival of conquistadors brought disease, forced conversions, and the destruction of sacred texts. Only 4 Maya books, called codices, survived the burning of thousands. Despite this devastation, the Maya endured. Their languages are still spoken by millions today, including Kitch, Yucatec Maya, and Tzotzil. Their traditional clothing, spiritual practices, and farming techniques continue to be passed down through generations. Today, modern technology such as LiDAR laser scanning from aircraft has allowed archaeologists to discover thousands of hidden structures beneath the jungle. These scans reveal that Maya cities were far bigger and more interconnected than previously believed. Road systems, reservoirs, defensive walls, and suburbs show a level of urban planning remarkable for ancient times. Each new discovery proves that the Maya were even more advanced, organized, and innovative than once imagined. The story of the Maya is not just the story of an ancient civilization. It is the story of resilience. A people who mastered time, created breathtaking works of art and architecture, and developed one of the most complex societies in the ancient world. Despite collapse, conquest, and centuries of hardship, the Maya spirit survived. Their descendants continue to honor the wisdom of their ancestors, keeping alive a culture that has shaped the history of the Americas. The Maya remind us that greatness can rise from the heart of a jungle, that knowledge can survive even when cities fall, and that the voices of the past still echo through the living cultures of the present.